It's going to be tough getting off Oreos. No more Oreos. No more Oreos. No more Oreos.
E-class.
Beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer. It is fine. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why.
Aren't I the best at this?
Whoa, bit dizzy.
That's just science.
Rollin Shorties.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rollin Shorties.
Hello.
Today we are joined by, today I am joined by Rob from SpaceArchives.
Hello.
Who is a very serious man, and so
That's
I am
right.
sorry there will be no shenanigans tonight.
No shenanigans. This is literature, people. Take it seriously.
Literature.
There'll be
Hey,
no
Jeff.
talk of young teenage boys turning into automobiles whenever they get horny.
It was hot, not horny.
Oh,
hot.
I misunderstood the concept.
All right, sounds good, Jeff. Oh, Chris is here. Hello, Chris. Brittleby. Yeah. Where else would they be? Come on. Makes sense. Oh, we got our Canadian representation here. Who else is here? Has Chris always had a 03 in his name? Liminal space is 03, or is this another channel he's just now starting? It might be the case. Oh, we got more Canadians. I guess it's all right. We got
Time. Yes.
Yes, Virgil, you are required to roll yourself. All right. That's just Brian is here. He is the best at this. Hey, Kyle, what's going on? Hello, Raines Raminsky.
That is my sister-in-law. That is sister-in-law L Space, who I showed the artwork for. Amazing artist.
What? We need artists.
Rain. They need artists.
Help us, please. We need artists. Hey, stop that. How's it going, Ariana? I'm just skipping through the rest of your stuff. Oh my gosh. The Goat Man himself is here. So let's dive in. Today we are talking about adventures in time, in space.
Yes.
And I have 2 copies because that's how I roll.
We'll see.
Do you have 2 copies, Rob?
I do not have 2 copies. And what's worse is that my copy is coming apart and may fall apart when we read. So I'm going to need to at some point rebind this. I'm thinking I'll probably, Jake, just use like duct tape or Elmer's glue to rebind. What would you suggest? What would you suggest we use?
Where's my line coat? Where's my line coat?
Wait a minute. Do you mean line coat? The pH balanced adhesive used by binders everywhere? Wow.
Today is Today's video is sponsored by Lineco Adhesive.
If you do not put hashtag Lineco in your description, you're a fool.
It is the best. Actually, it's the only one I've ever tried. There's some I have 3 copies. There's some I do. All right. So, hey, you guys know how this works. We roll we randomly, the die of fate decides what we read today. We don't know what we're reading. We roll it, and then we read it, whatever it says. And we're very serious, very professional, and you guys get to read along with us. So if you have this, you can read along with us. Oh my gosh. Although somebody did ask the last time I brought up the Lineco, they asked if I would like, can you make a video on how to do that? Because the spine had popped off. I don't remember who asked that, but it's literally the easiest thing possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Back when I started doing this, I had this idea that one of the things I was going to do is show book repair and book binding. That never happened because all I do is book hauls now. But that's everybody else's fault for showing me books that I go, damn, I need to go find that. So that's not my fault.
That's true. I rewatched in preparation for this. I rewatched your introduction video, and yeah, there's a whole lot of promises here that didn't come true. And so
that's okay. I plan on doing sometime another update video where I'm going to make a shitload more promises that I'm not going to keep.
So this just in, Rob's a liar. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So. Hey, Lancer edition, Lancer books, they will fall apart. If you look at them cross-eyed, that glue is holding on by a prayer. Oh, Ajax, we don't talk about that. Book of Burying the Secret Fireway. I don't even watch that guy's videos anymore just for that, just because he destroyed those 2 books. Oh, look at Virgil there. Butter in your spines.
Yeah. My book, I usually just do like end of the month, or lately I haven't done anything, but just compact them all because I hate doing spoilers. So I do like very many brief reviews. But I'm going to be solving that because me and Deb are starting our own book club where we can do like you guys do on Eves without, all the polish of the well-oiled machinery that you are.
Well,
but that way we can announce books and I can actually talk about all the cool things without worrying about, in advance you're going to spoil it. So
yeah, you could just have spoiler sections, or like do what Chris does. He'll talk about it, and then he'll like, okay, going from here on out, we're doing a deep dive or a spoiler.
I'm not that organized. Sections.
Yes, I have no editing skills. I can spoil a book like a pro.
That is my only skill, is editing skills. I'll look at my thing. I think, God, this is terrible. I need to. So the problem is that, like, I love watching book hauls. All you have to do is hold up a book, and I'll watch them all day long. Making them is the most boring thing in the world.
That's why I lazed out when it comes to book hauls. My last few book hauls have just been live.
So that's why I end up spending way too much time, because I'll be editing, trying to make them entertaining for myself, not even for other people, just because I'm sitting there looking at myself going, oh my God, I'm putting myself to sleep. I need to do something.
Just make them live. It's easier. Make a whole event.
That would be good, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun. Love doing book hauls, showing off my stuff. When's the last time you did a book haul, Chris? He's just talking about fairy tales and Japanese books. All right. Is that enough preamble? Is everybody here? That's why I make up stuff about the book. I knew it. I knew you're making that stuff up. Oh, dang. Book calls are the bull.
Yeah.
Flash Gordon poster's awesome.
Yes.
It's 3 days ago. I don't know. I don't watch your stuff. You're just a little up and comer channel. Yeah, definitely. All right. Let's do this, shall we? Should we roll?
All right.
Let's get the book up here. Ah, there we go. Adventures in Time and Space. And I'm going to make this one big and make us nice and little. Oh, gosh. Oh, thank goodness. Okie dokie. Here's what we're working with, kids. Oh, geez. Mine's coming apart, too. Look at this.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to use this. I'm saving my pendant. I'm going to do the bantam here. Look at that little guy. He's not wearing any clothes, the poor little demon guy. Okay, we have Requiem by Heinlein, Black Destroyer by A.E. Van Vogt, Time Locker by Louis Paget, Mechanical Mice by Maurice A. Hughie? Well, I hope we get that one, not just because it says Mechanical Mice. As Never Was by P. Schuyler Miller, Quietus by Ross Rocklin, Robots Return by Robert Moore Williams, and Farewell to the Master by Harry Bates. I have not heard of Harry Bates. Have you?
I know that story. That is the story that The Day the Earth Stood Still was based off of.
Oh,
I hear
that's
it's
that
very,
one?
yeah, I hear it's very different from the actual movie. I haven't read it, but yeah, that's the inspiration or the basis for The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Okay. Oh, well, that's good. Then we can compare it.
Oh.
Mechanical Mice was shocked. What are you guys talking about? Oh. Farewell to the Masters is Day the Earth Stood Still. Rob just said that. Okay. Let's do this. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got my trusty D10. All right. And you guys see this? No, wait, shoot. Let's make sure none of these are too big. I don't want to be here for... Okay. Oof. Looks like Black Destroyer is pretty fat. Like 30-some pages.
Ooh.
Okay. Maybe we'll skip Black Destroyer. What do you think?
Sure.
What do you guys think in the chat?
I read Van Vogt and Heinlein before, so.
I've read Van Vogt as well, and it was kind of a snoozer. All right. Let's see what we got here. Number 6. Number 6 was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ross Rocklin.
Ross
Rocklin. Quietus. Page 116. I don't have the hardcover P.F. O'Nelly. I don't have it. Maybe I do have it. I didn't even look through my hardcovers. Oh shoot. I'll later. Oh. Isn't Black Destroyer the one that Alien came from? I thought that was Voyage of the Beagle, Space Beagle. Are you sure you didn't roll mechanical? We don't cheat. We don't cheat here. Nice try, Andrea. Okay, let's see what page that is on. Quietus, everybody. It's on page 116. So if you all have it, you could read along with us. If not, you can just enjoy the sound of our...
the edition, that's 128.
Yeah. What you drinking, Rob?
I have Diet Mountain Dew, spares, and just boring water.
Mountain Dew.
I have to drink this from a stein because my cat will dip her paws into it and drink it as well.
Wait a second. You're drinking Mountain Dew from a stein.
I'm drinking. I used to drink it from a mug, but she would keep dipping her hands in and drinking it, which she's already hyper enough. You load her up on dew, and she'll do the same thing with coffee. Okay, we'll eat and drink whatever we happen to have.
Oh, this is gold. You're drinking Mountain Dew from a Stein is probably the best thing I've ever heard. All right. Oh, that's great. Okay. Oh, you have it. Uh-oh. Keith says he has not been impressed by Rockland so far.
Make him entertaining.
Oh. Your bird will steal your tea? Aw. Who doesn't drink it from a Stein? All right. Brittleby's right. Jay is right. Quietest on the set, everybody. All right, so let's do kind of how we'll do it is we'll break it into. I'll try and follow along here so everybody can read, and I'll go. Boy, look how small that text is.
It is. I may have to grab my other old man glasses. Hold on.
What an old man.
I'm not even sure these are.
You know, if you were chugging Code Red, you could read this through the
Okay.
page on top of it.
These are my reading safety glasses.
Whoa! Why do they come apart like that?
What's that?
Why do they?
So you can hang them around your neck.
But you can hang any glasses around your neck. Well, I mean, I can't. My neck's my neck's bigger than my head.
I have a scrawny neck. They wouldn't work.
All right. Let's everybody be quietest. I'll start. Oh no. Oh no, H-check. Expects high quality audiobook. You
read the books without opening.
All right. Quietly, inexorably, the Earth moves forward through the centuries towards inevitable change. Even now, astronomers have mapped out such changes and can predict a reasonably accurate picture of the globe's geography and climate as far as the future is 40,000 years. Predicted on such a theory, Quietus is a story of heartbreak and disaster. One might well conclude that the essentially tragic significance of this tale is brilliant portrayal of the historical struggle of the feminine mind to cope with the logic of a priory.
Okay.
We might be in for it tonight.
My thoughts are just skip the introduction of them trying to explain what the story's about.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get it to focus here. Sorry, everybody.
I hope there's a lady in this story.
Okay. Yeah, right. Okay. The creatures from Alcon saw from the first that Earth, as a planet, was practically dead in the sense it had given birth to life, and it was responsible, indirectly, for its almost complete extinction. This type of planet is the most distressing, said Tark. I'm guessing Tark is a, prepubescent boy drinking Mountain Dew, absently smoothing down the brilliantly colored feathers of his left wing. I can't stand the dark, barren worlds which we never have and probably never will hold life. But these that have been killed by some celestial catastrophe, think of what great things might have come from their inhabitants.
Okay. As he spoke thus to his mate, Vaskar, he was marking down in a book the position of this planet, its general appearance from space, and the number and kind of satellites it supported. Vaskar, sitting at the controls, both her claws and her vestigial hands at work, guided the spherical ship at slowly decreasing speeds towards the planet Earth. 1,000 miles above it, she set the craft into the orbital motion and then proceeded to study the planet. Tark, setting the account into his book for later insertion into astronomical archives of Alcon. Do you need me to do?
No, I'll go next. Evidently, wait, Vaskar's a girl.
That's okay.
That's all right. That's all right. We're swapping the voices. This is an alien species. The more baritone are the female. Evidently, mused Vaskar, her brilliant, unblinking eyes locking onto the planet through a transparent section above the control board. Some large meteor or an errant asteroid that seems most likely must have struck this specimen a terrible blow. Look at those great gaping cracks that run from pole to pole, Tark. It's as if volcanic eruptions are still taking place, too. At any rate, the whole planet seems entirely denuded, except for that single short strip of green we saw as we came in.
Tark nodded. He was truly a bird, for in the evolutionary race on his planet, distant uncounted light years, his stock had won out over the others. His wings were short, true, and in another 1,000 years would be too short for flight, save in a dense atmosphere. But his head was large, and its eyes, red, small, and set close together, showed intelligence and a kind of benevolence. He and Vaskar had left Alcon, their planet, a good many years ago, but they were on their way back now. Their outward bound trip had taken them many light years north of the solar system. But on the way back, they had decided to make it one of the stop-off points in their zigzag course. Probably their greatest interest in all this long cruise was in the discovery of planets. They were indeed few, and that pleasure might even be secondary to the discovery of life. To find a planet that had almost entirely died was, conversely, distressing. Their interest in the planet Earth was, because of this, a wistful one.
Does this pass the vegetable test?
We'll have to see if there's a second female bird that she can talk to.
Oh yeah, she gets deep. She gets even deeper. Yeah, we're just scratching the surface. Yeah, that line cracked me up. He's truly a bird.
Yes.
I like how Ross is explaining evolution to us. Good. All right. The ship made a low circuit of Earth. The planet was a hodgepodge of tumbled, churned mountains, of abysmal, frightfully long cracks exuding unholy vapors, of volcanoes that threw their fires and hot liquid rocks far into the sky, of vast oceans disturbed from the ocean bed by cataclysmic eruptions, and of life they saw nothing save a single strip of green, perhaps 1,000 miles long, 100 wide, in the Western Hemisphere. I don't think we'll find intelligent life, though, Tark said pessimistically. This planet was given a terrific blow. Boy, is he just, are we literally repeating what we just read?
Yes.
Padding the runtime, everybody.
Okay. Now, just in case you need us to explain, the planet was dealt a blow. A terrible one.
Except a strip of green.
Except a strip of green. It's been denuded.
Tark, who is truly a bird, looked at the camera and said, as you all well know.
As you know.
All righty, right. I don't think we'll find intelligent life, though, Tark said pessimistically. This planet was given a terrific blow. I wouldn't be surprised if her rotation period was cut down considerably in a single instant. Such a charge would be unsupportable. Whole cities would literally be snapped away from their foundation, churned, ground to dust. The intelligent creatures who built them would die by the millions, the billions in that Holocaust, and whatever destruction was left incomplete will be finished up by the appearance of volcanoes and faults in the crust of the planet.
Vaskar reminded him. I've already forgot your voice, so I'm just going to go with a different one. Vaskar reminded him. Remember, where there's vegetation, even as little as evidenced by that single strip down there, there must be some kind of animal life. Tark ruffled his wings in a shrug. I doubt it. The planet would get all the carbon dioxide they needed from volcanoes. Animal life wouldn't have to exist. Still, let's take a look. Don't worry, I'm hoping there's intelligent life too. If there is, it will doubtless need some help if it is to survive, which ties in with our aims, for that is our principal purpose on this expedition. As you know, intelligent life, and whenever possible, to give it what help we can if it needs help. Vascar's vestigial hands worked the controls, and the ship dropped leisurely downward towards the green strip.
Yeah, this is clunky.
Mm-hmm.
I need more wine. Hey, grow up, Jay. Oh, is there life? Yes. A rabbit darted out of the underbrush. Tommy leapt at it with the speed and dexterity of a thoroughly wild animal. His powerful hands wrapped around the creature. Its struggle ceased as its vertebrae was snapped. Ugh. Tommy squatted, tore the skin off the creature, and proceeded to eat great mouthfuls of the still warm flesh. Blackie cawed harshly. Squawked. It's a bird. And is Blackie truly a bird?
Probably not.
Cawed harshly, squawked, and his untidy form came flashing down through the air to land precariously on Tommy's shoulder. Tommy went on eating while the crow fluttered its wings, smoothed them out, and settled down to a restless somnolence. I've not heard that. I've not read that before, that word. The quiet of the scrub forest, save the cities and sounds of movement of birds and small animals moving throughout the forest, settled down about Tommy as he ate. Tommy was what he called himself. A long time ago, he remembered, there used to be a great many people in the world, perhaps 100, many of whom, and particularly 2 people who he called Mom and Pop, had called him that name. They were gone now, and the others with them. Exactly where they went, Tommy did not know, but the world had rocked one night. As you know, it was that night Tommy ran away from home and Blackie riding on his shoulder. And when Tommy came out of the cave where he had been sleeping, all was in flames, and the city on the horizon had fallen so that it was nothing but a huge pile of dust. But in the end, it had not mattered to Tommy. Of course he was home, lonesome, terrified at first, but he got over that. He continued to live, eating, drinking, sleeping, walking endlessly. And Blackie, his talking crow, was good company. Blackie was smart. He could speak every word that Tommy knew. Oh gosh, what are we reading? As a good many others that he didn't. Tommy was not Blackie's first owner.
Well, Blackie's smarter than Tommy, at least. I don't know if he's
this
smart.
Sucks already.
Oh, okay. But though he had been happy, the last year had brought the recurrence of a strange feeling that had plagued him off and on, but never so strongly as now. A strange, terrible hunger was settling on him. Hunger? He knew this sensation. He had forthwith slain a wild dog and eaten of the meat. Okay, already he's an asshole.
Yep.
He saw then that it was not a hunger of the belly, it was a hunger of the mind. And it was all the worse because he could not know what it was. He had come to his feet, restless, looking into the tangled depths of the second growth forest.
Hungry, he had said, and his shoulders shook and tears coursed out of his eyes. Wait a minute. He's hungry for knowledge. Is that what they're saying?
Yes.
But he's
hungry for something of the mind.
Yeah, I was thinking something hungry. Else too, Chris. Yeah, Keith, you were right about Ross here. Hunger of the mind is the worst kind. So he's stupid, and he knows he's stupid because the crow is smarter than him. So he's like, hungry?
Somehow the crow knows more words than him.
Yeah.
Not sure where he learned them from, but yeah. But
well, the crow had another owner.
We at least know that Tommy knows the word hungry.
Hungry, he had said, and his shoulders shook and tears coursed out of his eyes, and he sat down on the ground and sobbed without trying to stop himself, for he had never been told that to weep was unmanly. Good, right? Yeah. What was it that he wanted? He had everything there all was to himself. Southward in winter, northward in summer, eating of berries and small animals as he went, and Blackie to talk to, and Blackie to talk the same words back at him. This was a natural life. Sorry, it's having a hard time zooming in everybody. Not that it matters. He had lived it ever since the world went bang. But still he cried and felt a panic growing in his stomach, a hunger panic. And he didn't know what it was that he was afraid of or longed for, whichever it was. He was 21 years old. Tears were natural to him, as to be indulged in whenever he felt like it. Dang it. Take that, Dad. Before the world went bang, there were some things he remembered. The creature whom he called Mom generally put her arms around him and merely said, "It's all right, Timmy. It's all right."
Okay.
I'm weeping right.
Okay. Like some of us remember that different time.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. You gads. I think we might do some weeping after this.
Yeah. Okay. So on that occasion, he arose from the ground and said, "Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
He's just repeating back what she said. Okay. So on that occasion, he arose from the ground and said, 'It's all right, Tommy. It's all right.' Blackie, he with a split tongue and said harshly, as was his wont, 'It's all right, Tommy. It's all right. I'll tell you, the price of wheat is going down.'"
Holy crap.
Blackie, the smartest
Oh
crow,
my gosh.
the smartest crow anybody had. Why did he say that? There wasn't anybody else, and there weren't any more crows. Helped a lot.
Yeah, explain the joke to us. Good idea, Rob.
He not only knew all the words and sentences that Tommy knew, but he knew others that Tommy could never understand because he didn't know where they came from.
You just said that. You just wrote that.
And in addition to all of that, Blackie had the ability to anticipate what Tommy said and frequently took whole words and sentences right out of Tommy's mouth. Now, if anybody needs me to reread that again,
the present. Hold on. I'm not reading another page till I get a refill. This is. This is the worst thing I've read in a long time.
it's I can't remember. There was I've already blocked out my head. There was a book I read last year that did this, and it was for a whole novel, where they would have something happen to the character, and then his friend would come over and he would explain again everything that just happened to his friend, just repeat it to him. And then another friend came over and his friend said, "You got to tell her what you just told me," and then repeated it again for like chapter after chapter. They kept doing this, and we're like, "You're driving me freaking crazy."
More about yeah. Oh yeah, the dice was not on our sides today. The dice of fate. Oh gosh.
How much? Okay.
Hey, wouldn't it be hilarious if this just gets awesome? If this makes us turn and we just like it blows it's not gonna happen, but just blows our mind. Wouldn't that be cool?
It would be. We can hope.
All right.
You have to hold on to hope, Jake.
Yeah, we got to hold on to something. Tommy finished eating his rabbit and threw the skin aside and sat quite still, a peculiarly blank look in his eyes. The strange hunger was on him again. He looked off across the This is so bad. Oh, he looked off to the he looked off across the lush plain of grasses that stretched away, searching into the distance towards where the sun was setting. He looked to the left and right. He drew himself softly to his feet and peered into the shadows of the forest behind him. His heavily bearded lips began to tremble, and the tears starting from his eyes again. He turned and stumbled from the forest, blinded. Blackie clutched at Tommy's broad shoulder and rode him, and a split second before Tommy said, "It's all right, Tommy. It's all right." Tommy said the words angrily to himself and blinked the tears away. Dude, Tommy is just a little bitch, isn't he?
Oh, God.
Hi, Costas. Oh man, this is the worst book we've ever read.
Okay. He was a little bit tired. The sun was setting, and the night would soon come. But it wasn't that made him tired. It was a weariness of the mind.
Holy crap. No kidding.
Futility. A feeling of futility. I'm right there with you, Tommy. For whatever it was he wanted, he could never find it because he would not know where he should look for it. His bare foot trampled on something wet. He stopped and looked at the ground. He stood and picked up the skin of a recently killed rabbit. He turned it over and over in his hands, frowning. This was not an animal he had killed. Certainly, the skin had been taken off in a different way. Someone else, no. But his shoulders began to shake with a wild excitement. Someone else? No, it couldn't be. There was no one. There could be no one. Could there? The skin dropped from the nerveless fingers as he saw
Why are they nerveless?
I don't know. As he saw a single footprint not far ahead of him. He stooped over it, examining, and knew again that he had not done this either. And certainly it could be no other animal than a man.
Here is the summary. For those of you who are just now arriving, here's the summary thus far. There's double expository aliens, a black crow, a green skid mark on the planet, and Tommy is a little bitch. Wow, this is really bad. Ooh. Okay. It's got to turn around, everybody. It's got to get better.
Yeah.
Here we're reading more about the footprint. Here we go. It's the birds. We know it's the birds. It was a small footprint at which he stared, as if a child or an undersized man might have stepped in the soft hummus. Suddenly he raised his head. He had definitely. Why? If we've got hummus, what are we doing eating rabbits?
Yeah. I missed the part where the planet suddenly is made out of hummus.
I think we have to add an M, but yeah, it's
okay.
The narrator. It didn't. Oh, very good question. The editor is R.J. Healy and J.F. Mcomas. Wow, rough stuff. I'm just letting you guys know if anybody for Out of the Void or Retrograde Horror had given me this story, I would have rejected it. Sorry. All right, let's focus up here. We got words to read.
It's the same words over and over again.
I made the camera mad. It's not focusing. I'm just gonna eventually it'll focus. He had definitely heard the crackling of a twig no more than 40 feet away. Certainly, his eyes stared ahead and through the gathering dusk. Something was looking back at him. Yes, something there was in the bushes. That was not an animal. No noise, Blackie, he whispered, and forgot Blackie's general response to that comment. No noise, Blackie! The big ugly bird blasted out. No noise, Blackie! Well, for crying out loud! Oh, gosh.
You're right. This story's made me cry.
Oh, Blackie.
Okay. Where are we? Okay.
Last sentence.
Okay. Blackie uttered a scared squawk as Tommy leaped ahead, a snarl contorting his features. Okay. I'm assuming contorting Tommy's features. Okay. And flapped from his master's shoulder, or maybe not. Okay. For several minutes, Tommy ran after the vanishing figure with all the strength and agility of his singularly powerful legs. But whoever or whatever it was that fled him outdistanced him easily, and Tommy had to stop at last, panting. Then he stopped and picked up a handful of pebbles and hurled them at the squawking bird. A single tail feather fell to earth as Blackie swooped away.
Wait, why is he throwing rocks at Blackie now?
I don't know. Told you not to make noise, Tommy snarled, and the tears started to run again.
What a crybaby!
And the hunger was starting up in his mind again.
The hunger.
So, Jake, let me just sort of break this down for you. Tommy is crying, and his mind is hungry. I don't know if you got that from the story yet.
I've almost got it. I'm
Okay.
this close to grasping that concept.
Well, don't worry. Give me a paragraph, and we'll tell you again.
What's happening with his eyes? Is there something happening with his eyes?
Liquid? I think they're wet. I think they're leaking somehow.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to form a mental picture of what's happening, and I've almost got it. We just need a little more chipping away.
Okay. I've already
My sanity.
The bad thing about losing your place in this story is that every paragraph looks the same as the last one.
You could just skip ahead of it. Nobody would. It doesn't matter. Still gonna be crying and throwing rocks at his bird.
I told you not to make noise, Tommy snarled. The tears started to run again. The hunger was starting up in his mind again, too. He sat down on a log and put his chin in his palms while his tears flowed. Blackie came flapping through the air, almost like a shadow. It was getting dark. The bird tentatively settled on his shoulder, cautiously flapped away again, and then came back.
Oh, gosh. Tommy turned his head and looked at it bitterly, and then turned away and groaned. "It's all your fault, Blackie. It's all your fault," the bird said. "Oh, Tommy, I could spank you. I get so exasperated." Sitting there, Tommy tried to learn exactly what he had seen. Oh, good. Now they're going to explain to us. Explain to us what explain it again, please, for everybody in the back who missed it. He had been sure it was a human figure, just like himself, only different. Different. It had been smaller. It seemed to possess a slender grace. It was impossible. Every time he thought of it, the hunger in his mind raged. He jumped to his feet, his fists clenched. The hunger had been in him too long. He must find out what caused it. He must find her. Why did the word her come into his mind? Suddenly, he was flooded with a host of childhood remembrances. "It was a girl," he gasped. "Oh, Tommy must want a girl." Take over. I can't do it.
I think the hunger is moving from his mind downwards. The thought was so utterly new that it left him stunned, but the thought grew. He must find her if it took him all the rest of his life. His chest deepened, his muscles swelled, and a new light came into his blue eyes. Southward in winter, northward in summer, eating, sleeping, truly there was nothing in such a life. Now he felt the strength of a purpose swelling up in him. He threw himself to the ground and slept. Oh shit.
Oh.
I was not prepared for that to be the next one.
Oh, what? Why did he just sleep? It just now started getting dark. It just started to get. Oh God!
Oh God!
Oh,
that one hurt.
Whoa! Oh.
He threw himself to the ground and slept, and Blackie to the limb of a tree, inserted its head beneath its wing, and slept also. Perhaps in the last 10 or 15 years, he also had wanted a mate, but probably he had long ago given up hope, for it seemed there were no more crows left in the world. Anyway, Blackie was very old, perhaps twice as old as Tommy. He was merely content to live. Oh,
Oh gosh. I didn't see that coming. He's like, wait a second. I saw somebody. I'm horny. I better take a nap.
I'm filled with a new sense of purpose. I think I'll take a nap.
Whoa. Whew. 42 is yeah. How old do crows live? He was merely content to live. You're a simple man. Oh wow. Okay, here we go. Oh gee whiz. Tark. Okay, we're back with the bird people. Here we go. Make more sense, book. Constance says, I hope a dream is next. Guaranteed he's going to be crying in that dream. My hunger. Tark and Vaskar sent their spherical ship lightly plummeting above green strip. Why? Plummeting? That can't be the right word. It proved to be vegetation, just as they had supposed. Either one or the other kept constant watch of the ground below. They discovered nothing that might conceivably be classified as intelligent life. Insects they found and decided they worked entirely by instinct. Small animals, rabbits, squirrels, rats, raccoons, otters, possums, and large animals, deer, horses, sheep, cattle, pigs, dogs. They found to be just that, animals and nothing more. Looks as if it was all killed off, Vaskar, said Tark. And not so long ago at that, judging by the fact that this forest must have grown entirely in the last few years.
Vaskar agreed. She suggested they put the ship down for a few days and rest. It would be wonderful if we could find intelligent life after all, she said wistfully. Think what a great triumph it would be if we were the ones to start the last members of that race on the upward trail again anyway, she added. I think this atmosphere is dense enough for us to fly in.
She became Australian all of a sudden.
He laughed, a trilling sound. You've been looking for such an atmosphere for years, but I think you're right about this one. Put the ship down there, Vaskar. Looks like a good spot.
Oh, all right. Back to Tommy. For 5 days, Tommy followed the trail of the girl. Now it's a girl for sure. Of the girl with grim determination. He knew now that it was a woman. How? Perhaps, indeed, very probably, the only one left alive. He had only the vaguest of ideas of why he wanted her. He thought it was for human companionship, that alone. At any rate, everybody, drinking game. Yeah, take a shot every time we say they mention the terrible hunger. And then you got to go immediately to the hospital. At any rate, he felt this terrible hunger in him. He could give it no other word. Would be allayed when he caught up with her. She was fleeing him and staying just near enough to him to make him continue the chase. Oh, she's playing. He knew that with a fierce exultation. And somehow her action seemed right and proper. Twice, he had seen her, once in the crest of the ridge, once as she swam by a river. Both times she had easily outdistanced him. But by cross-hatching, he picked up her trail again, a bent twig or weed, a footprint of the skin of a dead rabbit.
There are a lot of dead rabbits on this world.
Poor rabbits.
Once at night, he had the impression that she crept up close and looked at him curiously, perhaps with the same great longing that he felt. He could not be sure. In time, the volcanoes will die down and vegetation will spread all over. It's a shame that the planet has to go to waste. Wait a minute.
Hold on a second. Oh, you jumped ahead.
Oh, sorry. My pages are coming out. Okay. He cannot be sure.
Don't try and cheat. We're here for the long run.
but he knew that very soon now she would be his, and perhaps she would be glad of it. Once he heard a terrible moaning high up in the air. He looked upwards. Blackie uttered a surprised squawk. A large spherical thing was darting overhead.
I wonder what that. Oh, you do.
Oh, no. Go.
I wonder what that is. Blackie squawked. I wonder what that is, said Tommy, feeling a faint fear. There ain't nothing like that up in the yard. Did they swap? Because that sounds like something Blackie would have said, right?
Yeah.
I think he goofed up.
Yeah, I think he makes the dialogue tags up on that one.
Yep. He watched as the spaceship disappeared from sight. Then, with the unquestioning attitude of the savage, he dismissed the matter from his mind and took up the tantalizing trail again. Better watch out, Tommy, the bird cawed. Better watch out, Tommy, Tommy muttered to himself. He only vaguely heard Blackie. Blackie was always anticipating what Tommy was going to say because he had known Tommy so long. As you know, because we've said this already. Jeez.
The river was wide, swirling, muddy, primeval in its surge of resistless strength. Tommy stood on the bank and looked out over the water. Suddenly, his breath soughed from his lungs. It's her, he gasped. It's her, Blackie. She's drowning. No time to waste in thought. He truly struggled against the push of the treacherous waters, seemingly went under. Tommy dived cleanly, and Blackie spread his wings at the last minute and escaped a bath. He saw his master disappear beneath the swirling waters, saw him emerge, strike out with singularly powerful arms, slightly upstream, fighting every inch of the way. Blackie hovered over the waters, cawing frantically and screaming, Tommy! I could spank you. I could spank you. I get so exasperated. You wait till your father comes home.
The log was coming downstream. Tommy saw it coming. You don't have to say that. Oh, great. Now I lost focus. Who cares? Oh, here we go. But knew he'd escape it. He struck out, probably with his singularly powerful arms. Paid no more attention to it. The log came down with a rush and would have missed him had it not been suddenly swung broadside on. It clipped the swimming man on the side of the head. Good. Tommy went under, thrashing feebly, barely conscious, his limbs like leaden bars. Good. Drown! Die! That seemed to go on for a very long time. He seemed to be breathing water. Then something grabbed his hand, or grabbed hold of his long black hair. Who could it be? When he awoke, he was lying on his back, and he was staring into her eyes. Something in Tommy's stomach fell out. Is that really the best way to phrase that? How embarrassing. Well, first impressions. Perhaps the hunger was going. He came to his feet, staring at her, his eyes glazing. She stood only about 20 feet away from him. There was something pleasing about her, the slimness of her arms, the roundness of her hips, the strangeness of her body, her large, startled, timid eyes, the mass of ebon hair that fell below her hips. He started towards her. She gazed at him as if in a trance.
Blackie came flapping mournfully across the river. He was making no sound, but the girl must have been frightened as he landed on Tommy's shoulder. She tensed and was away like a rabbit. Tommy went after her in long, loping bounds, but his foot caught in the tangle of dead grass, and he plummeted head foremost to the ground. The other vanished over a rise of the ground. He rose again and knew no disappointment that he had again lost her. He knew now that it was only her timidity, the timidity of a wild creature, that made her flee him. He started off again, for now that he knew what the hunger was, it seemed worse than ever.
Thoughts so far?
I'm gonna predict how this story. Do you want me to predict how this story ends?
Predict the story. Yes.
When these bird aliens finally come down, they're going to see that the only effing intelligent life is the crow, and they're going to take him and leave these other people to just die off.
No, that would be smart. He's not going to do that. Yeah, I know. It's who set it up here? Let's find it here. Who said it? Charlie. Yep. The wiener hunger.
The wiener hunger is back.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Okay. The air around the planet was deliciously breathable and was the nearest thing to their own atmosphere that Tark and Vaskar had encountered. Vaskar ruffled her brilliant plumage and spread her wings, flapping them. Tark watched her as she laughed at him in her own way, and then made a few short running jumps and took off. She spiraled, called down to him, "Come on up. The air's fine, Tark." Tark considered. All right, he conceded. But wait until I get a couple of guns. Oh, I hope they shoot Tommy. I hope they shoot him back.
I can't imagine why Vaskar called down, but nevertheless, as they rose higher and higher above the second growth forest, each had a belt strapped loosely around their neck, carrying a weapon similar to a pistol. I can't help. Oh, wait, no, that's the crow. Okay. I can't help but hope we run into some kind of intelligent life, said Vaskar. This is a lovely planet. In time, the volcanoes will die down and vegetation will spread all over. It's a shame that the planet has to go to waste.
Oh, we could stay and colonize it, Tark suggested rakishly. Oh, no, not I. I like Alkin too well for that. And the sooner we get back, the better. Oh, look, Tark, down there.
Tark looked, caught sight of a medium large animal moving.
Gosh.
Large animal.
A medium large. Ross sucks. Oh.
Large animal moving through the underbrush. He dropped a little lower and then rose again. It's nothing, he said. An animal somewhat larger than the majority we've seen, probably the last of its kind. From the looks of it, I'd say it wasn't particularly pleasant on the eyes. Its skin shows. Oh, now I see what you mean, Vaskar.
This time he was really interested as he dropped lower, and a strange excitement throbbed throughout his veins. Maybe a hunger? No. Could it be that they were going to discover intelligent life after all? Perhaps the last of its kind? It was indeed an exciting sight. The two bird creatures from another planet saw. They flapped slowly above and a number of yards behind the unsuspecting upright beast that moved swiftly through the forest. A black creature, not unlike themselves in general structure, riding its shoulder.
It must mean intelligence, Vaskar whispered. It must mean intelligence, Vaskar whispered excitedly, her brilliant red eyes glowing with interest. One of the first requisites of intelligent creatures is to put animals lower in the scale of evolution to work as beasts of burden and transportation.
Yeah, that's one of the first requisites. One of the first. Okay.
Wait a while, cautioned Tark, before you make any irrational conclusions. After all, there are creatures of different species which live together in friendship. Perhaps the creature which looks so much like us keeps the other's skin and hair free of vermin, and perhaps the other way around too.
I don't think so, insisted his mate. Tark, the bird creature is riding the shoulder of the beast. Perhaps that means it's a race is so old and has used this means of transportation so long that its wings have atrophied. That would almost certainly mean intelligence. It's talking now. You can hear it. It's probably telling the beast to stop. There, it has stopped. Its voice is not so melodious, said Tark dryly. She looked at him reprovingly. The tips of her flapping wings were almost touching.
This isn't like you, Tark. You know very well that one of our rules is not to place intelligence on creatures who seem like ourselves and neglect others while we do so. Its harsh voice proves nothing. To one of its race, if there are any left, its voice may be pleasing to the extreme. At any rate, it ordered the large beast of burden to stop. You saw that. Well, perhaps, conceded Tark.
As you well know, Tark.
As you well know.
They continued to wing their slow way after the perplexing duo, following slightly behind, skimming the tops of the trees. They saw the white beast stop and place its paws on its hips. Vaskar, listening very closely because she was anxious to gain proof of her contention, heard the bird creature say, "Now what, Blackie?" And also the featherless beast reply the same words, "Now what, Blackie?" "There's your proof," said Vaskar excitedly. "Evidently the white beast is highly imitative. Did you hear it repeat what its master said?"
Oh, God.
Someone tell them to get on with it.
Tark said uneasily, "I wouldn't jump to conclusions just from a hasty survey like this. I admit, so far, all the proof points to the bird. It seems truly intelligent, or at least more intelligent than the other. But you must bear in mind that we are naturally prejudiced in favor
As you know,
of the bird. It may not be intelligent at all, as I said." And it bears repeating. They may merely be friends in the sense that both of different species are friends.
Whoa.
Chris, I'm all out of gummies.
Oh, man.
Vaskar made a scornful sound. Oh, we all made a scornful sound, Vaskar.
Oh, gosh. Well, wait, who says this? Oh, she heard the, "Well, let's get going, Blackie," she heard the bird say, and heard the white upright beast repeat the strange alien words. The white beast started off again, traveling very stealthily, making not the least amount of noise. Again, Vaskar called this quality to the attention of her skeptical mate. Her skeptical mate. Yeah, Such stealth. Oh, that's right. Such stealth was the mark of the animal, certainly not the intelligent creature. "We should be certain of it now," she insisted. "I think we ought to get in touch with the bird. Remember, Tark, that our primary purpose on this expedition is to give what help we can to the intelligent races of the planet we visit, you jagweed. What creature could there be more in need of help than the bird creature down there? Obviously, it is evidently the last of its kind." How's that evident? "At least we could make it the probable leap of the chance that hold converse with intelligent creatures certainly gets no pleasure from the company of that dumb beast."
But Tark shook his handsome red-plumed head worriedly. "I would prefer," he said uneasily, "first to investigate the creature you are so sure is a beast of burden. There is a chance, though, I admit a far-fetched one, that it is the intelligent creature and not the other." Jesus Christ.
Oh. Are we gonna make it?
How much longer? Okay, we can do it. We can do it. Okay.
Okay, realistically, it's like, okay, we can do it. Yeah, if it was like 5 more pages, I'm calling it.
Yeah, like 3 more
Nope,
pages.
you're in now.
Okay. Oh, I forgot now. It didn't matter. But But Vaskar did not hear. All her feminine instincts had gone out in pity to these seemingly intelligent bird that rode Tommy's broad shoulder, and so intent were she and Tark on the duo that they did not see, less than 100 yards ahead, that another creature, smaller in form, more graceful, but undoubtedly the same species as the white-skinned, unfeathered beast, was slinking softly through the underbrush, now and anon casting indecisive glances towards her, behind her, towards him who pursued her. He was out of sight, but she could hear.
Oh gosh! What level of
I need a beverage.
Yeah, obviously. Yep. Oh man. Hey, thanks for sticking with us, everybody. We're in this together. We're going through purgatory together.
I can't burn this.
Yeah, he got paid for this. Isn't that crazy? He got paid for this. Wow. He was medium small. Whew. Okay, let's plow ahead. We're almost there, everyone. Wouldn't it be funny if nothing happens? Hey, let's take our bets. How many more times is he going to mention hunger?
Let's see what we got. I'll do that at three-ish pages. I'd say 47. 47.
Oh gosh, here we go. Tommy slunk ahead, his breathing coming fast, for the trail was very strong, and his keen ears picked up the sounds of footsteps ahead. The chase was surely over. His terrible hunger, take a shot, about to end. He felt wildly exhilarated. Instincts were telling him much that his experience could not. Please cry again. I bet he's going to cry at least once. He and this girl were the last of mankind. Oh, geez. Something told him now that mankind would rise again. Ooh. Dude, this is rough.
Yeah.
I feel like my eyes are just glazing over. Something would tell him that mankind would rise again, yet he did not know why. He slunk ahead, Blackie on his shoulder. Repeating again, all unaware of the two brilliantly colored denizens of another planet who followed above and behind them. Repeating that again. But Blackie was not so easy of mind. His neck feathers were standing erect. Nervousness made him raise his wings up from his body. Perhaps he heard the soft swish of large-winged creatures beating the air behind them. And though all birds of prey have been dead these last 15 years, old fear rose up.
Okay, time for some speed reading. Tommy glued himself to the tree on the edge of, God, I can't, on the edge of a clearing. His breath escaped from his lungs as he caught a glimpse of a white, unclothed figure. It was she. She was looking back at him. She was tired of running. She was ready, glad to give up. Tommy experienced a dizzy elation. He stepped forth into the clearing and slowly, very slowly, holding her large dark eyes. Oh, okay, I get it. Holding her large dark eyes with his, started towards her. The slightest swift motion, the slightest untoward sound, and she would be gone. Her whole body was poised on the balls of her feet. She was not at all sure whether she should be afraid of him or not.
You should. Behind him, the two feathered creatures from another planet settled slowly onto a tree and watched. Perverts! Blackie certainly did not hear them come to rest. What he must have noticed was that this beat of wings nagging at the back of his mind had disappeared. It was enough. No noise, Blackie! The bird screamed affrightedly and flung himself into the air and forward as a bundle of ebon feathers with tattered wings outspread. Gosh. As so darted across the clearing. For the third time, it was Blackie who scared her. For again, she was gone and had lost herself to sight even before Tommy could move. Come back! Tommy shouted ragingly. I ain't gonna hurt you. He ran after her full speed, tears streaming down his face. He's trying to get Tommy a little bit.
Wait, we're not even done with it for this sentence.
But already he knew it was. Oh, wait. Tears of rage and heartbreak at the same time, but already he knew it was useless. He stopped suddenly on the edge of the clearing, sobbing to himself, caught sight of Blackie high above the ground, cawing piercingly, warningly. Tommy stooped to pick up a handful of pebbles. With deadly, murderous intent, he threw them at the bird. It soared and swooped in the air. Twice it was hit glancingly. Oh, gosh.
It's all your fault, Blackie, Tommy raged. He picked up a rock the size of his fist. He started to throw it, but did not. A tiny, sharp sound bit through the air. Tommy pitched forward. He did not make the slightest twitching motion to show that he had bridged the gap between life and death. He did not know that Blackie swooped down and landed on his chest and then flung himself upwards, crying, Oh, Tommy, I could spank you. He did not see the girl come into the clearing and stoop over him. It did not see the tears that began to gush from her eyes or hear the sobs that racked her body. But Tark saw.
Hold on. I think I love this story now. If what I think happened just happened, did he just get obliterated?
I think so. I think that he threw the pebbles at the bird and they protected the bird.
Beautiful. That's the right ending for this. Hopefully he dies.
I hope so. I'm sorry.
Tark wrestled the weapon away from Vaskar with a thrill of rage. Why did you do that? He cried. He threw the weapon from him as far as it would go. Ugh! You've done a terrible thing, Vaskar. Vaskar looked at him in amazement. It was only a beast, Tark, she protested. It was trying to kill its master. Surely you saw it. It was trying to kill the intelligent bird creature, the last one on the planet. But Tark pointed with horror at the other two unfeathered beasts. One bent over the body of the other. But they were mates. You have killed their species. The female is grieving for its mate. More tears. You have done a terrible thing.
But Vaskar shook her head crossly. I'm sorry I did it then, she said acidly. I suppose it was perfectly in keeping with our aim on this expedition to let the dumb beast kill its master. That isn't like you at all, Tark. Come, let us see if the intelligent creature will not make friends with us. And she flapped away towards the cawing crow. When Blackie saw Vaskar coming towards him, he wheeled and darted away. Tark took one last look at the female bending over the male. He saw her raise her head and saw the tears in her eyes and heard the sobs that shook her. Then, in a rising inchoate series of bewildering emotions, he turned his eyes away and hurriedly flapped after Vaskar. And all that day they pursued Blackie. They circled him, they cornered him, and Vaskar tried to speak to him in friendly tones. All to no avail. It only cawed and darted away and spoke volumes of disappointingly incomprehensible words.
Gosh. When dark came, Vaskar alighted in a tree beside the strangely quiet Tark. I suppose it's no use, she said sadly. Either it's terribly afraid of us, or it's not as intelligent as we supposed it was, or else it has been mentally deranged in these last years of loneliness. I guess we might as well leave now, Tark. Let the poor creature have its planet to itself. Shall we stop by and see if we can help the female beast whose mate we shot? Tark slowly looked at her, his red eyes luminous in the gathering dusk. No, he said briefly. Let us go, Vaskar.
The spaceship of the creatures from Alcon left the dead planet Earth. It darted out into space. Tark sat at the controls. The ship went faster and faster, and still faster, fled at ever-increasing speed beyond the solar system and into the wastes of interstellar space, but still farther until the star that gave heat to Earth was not even visible. Yet even this terrible velocity was not enough for Tark. Vaskar looked at him strangely.
We're not...
Oh, go ahead. Good. I'll let you drive it home.
Oh, thank you. We're not that much of a hurry to get home, are we, Tark? No, said Tark in a low, terrible voice, but she still urged the ship to greater and greater speed, though he knew it was useless. He could run away from the thing that he happened on the planet Earth, but he could never outrun his mind. Though he passionately wished he could. He can never outrun the hunger in his mind.
That's right.
Wow. Oh. Holy crap.
I don't even know what to say.
You guys okay?
Do we need to do a reread?
Yeah, we'll start over for anybody who came late. Yeah, we'll start at the beginning.
Is this the new King novel?
Oh, wow. Yeah, you were right. Keith was right about Ross Rocklin.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And
that was painfully bad.
And because I know he comes from the era of the old pulp magazines, and I think there's a lot where you had people who would have an idea, and the idea is solid. If you strip everything and his inability to write and everything else away from it, the basic concept is fine. But yeah, that was rough.
Wow, that was so bad.
Is it too late? This is why we should adopt cheating into Rollin Shorties.
Never. Sometimes the dice rewards us. Sometimes it hurts us. Who published this? I don't know. Initially, do you know the first printing?
I don't know where this one is.
I am really happy that Tommy got murked.
Well, let's see. This was they give just the dates for the copyrights. The only one they show the original publication for is the Robert Moore Williams and Astounding Stories. So
it might be this pendant book I have that we both have. It's pretty old.
Yeah.
Not to look. ISFDB would tell us.
They must have. Well, they must have been in. I can't tell you. They don't give individual dates for the stories.
User Unfriendly has a theory here. It says, I wonder if this isn't a metaphor for the human imbeciles that brought rats to the island full of dodo birds and accidentally caused the extinction. What do you think?
I think you are giving Ross Rockland way too much credit for knowing things.
I think so. I think if you would ask Ross would be like, yeah, that's totally what I did.
Oh yeah, it was a metaphor for
yeah, I always have a hunger for metaphors. The math rocks giveth, the math rocks taketh. Yes, we're the die of fate has punished us today. Whew. I think it's this 10 here. This D10 is evil.
Yeah. That
time or better. Ooh. That Virgil, that was the best part. That part actually made me happy to make somebody so dumb and unlikable. He's just chasing after girls and throwing rock. When the log hit him in the head, that was great too.
Yeah.
As you remember.
As you remember.
Wow. Is that the worst thing you've read in a while?
Yeah, probably so. I've been a little selective lately in what I'm reading, so I've been reading some pretty good books, but I don't think I've read anything that bad since this might even be worse than the pulp we read in Fantastic Adventures when me and Jeff Buddy read that pulp magazine with the dinosaurs that played baseball, because at least that was so bad that it actually was entertaining. And it definitely didn't have the repetition that this had.
Yeah. Dude, the repetition was the worst part.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
One of these stories in here has a robot fighting a gorilla. We could have been reading that. Dang it. Stop it. Stop it. You're talking about Candle in the Sun, and I won't hear it. I won't hear any slander about Candle in the Sun. That's something worth noting, is the adverb overload. That's how you could tell this guy is definitely a paid by the word. Yeah. It bears repeating.
It bears repeating.
Yeah, I think we all, that one made us all dumber for sure.
Yeah, the
Star Tide Rising. Death World 2 is offensive. This wasn't offensive. This was just incompetent.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad about this. There. All is forgiven. It was pudgy. Candle in the Sun is toast. So here's a question: if you were reading this by yourself, Rob, would you finish this?
As a short story, I probably would. If this were a book, no, I would have given up after the first chapter.
First chapter.
Yeah. The endlessly repeating itself. First of all, it's a short story, so you shouldn't be repeating yourself that much anyway, because you only got so much space. So if you only have that much space and you have to still stretch it like that, that means you barely have an idea that's worth writing about.
He could have easily cut 1,000 words.
Yeah.
And the story would not have missed a beat.
No.
He just would have cut all the and that's leaving in all his stupid adverbs. He could have cut 1,000 words just by cutting all the repeating.
Yeah. Oh yeah. and I can even, when reading older pulp stuff, I can even forgive the adverbs and adjectives that go on and on, because that's just
that was
the
a style.
style of that time was very purple. But this isn't even good enough to be called purple. It's just bad.
And you notice how in the beginning let me know if this is just me. In the beginning, he would say something and then the bird would repeat him.
Oh yeah.
And then as it went along, Ross was like, and sometimes the bird knows him so well, he says what he's going to say before he even says it. And then they swapped completely.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely trying to force his ending that he wanted to have by doing that.
Death World 1 was pretty fun, pulpy fun, but Death World 2 is just one of the worst things I've ever read. It's just awful. And 3 was worse. Have you read Planet of the Damned?
Is Planet of the Damned the Harry Harrison one?
I don't know. I've not read it.
I have it somewhere.
You know who it's by?
Harry Harrison has some really fantastic stories. I mean, I read It's a Chonker, but West of Eden with the
it's a Harry Harrison. Yep.
Yeah. With the alternative evolution of dinosaurs where the meteor never hit Earth and you have a highly evolved but the world building and the story in that is fantastic, but it is not a thin book.
Yeah, I'm at the point, I don't know if you're the same. I'm at the point now where I won't read a fat book. I'm like, I just go for the skinny ones.
It's got to be by somebody who I actually like, you know. I have so many that it will take me forever.
Well said, Tim. And the short story is hilarious, spanking, crying, hungeringly bad. Oh, it's most okay. A time travel paradox story about a skeleton on an asteroid and equally.
This one. Oh man, it started off so good, and then skeleton on an asteroid. Oh, okay.
I think adverbs have a place. They have a place. I try to cut as many as I can if they don't add anything. But if they add, like I'm not like some people who are very much opposed to them. I do add adverbs occasionally. Therapy? What are you talking about? I'm traumatized after that. You got a question. Have you read Harry Harrison's Star Smashers?
No, I haven't, but I have not read it. I have a lot of Harry Harrison. I've read, in fact, speaking of Planet of the Damned, is that one of the Bill the Galactic Hero? I don't remember. I have a lot of the Bill the Galactic Hero, the Stainless Steel Rat. Those are fun reads. They're not particularly deep. And if you want something that shows off more of his skill than his alternative history and the Eden series, really sort of shows off his brain and his talent more than his brain and his talent more than some of the others, which are usually more satirical. And then, of course, Make Room, which is the basis for Soylent Green. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have a problem with his writing. Death World 3, I think is that the one with the Christian bounty hunter. That's
yeah, I know you guys talked about. I have not. I have the Death World. I have the first Death World books. I don't think I have 2 or 3.
The first one's worth reading. It's flawed, but it's fun. The second one is rough. The second one's rough. But yeah, then the third one is some very gigantic plot holes, kind of a really dumb ending, and yeah, just very dumb. But the third one does have a few redeeming elements. But oh, Charlie, dude, you blow Ross Rockman out. You guys aren't even on the same level. That is one. I don't know what that means. You know what that means?
Yeah, it's a Barlow's Guide. He took a lot of the aliens and various fiction, science fiction, and did drawings and backgrounds on all these aliens. So it's almost like an encyclopedia of fictional aliens.
Oh, I've done that with books multiple times. I've done that where after I finish reading, I'm just like, that was all right. And then I go back and I'm like doing research and I realize, oh shoot, this was a satire.
Yeah.
Or a parody. And I completely missed it.
And probably about half of Harry Harrison's are parody, or not parodies, satires. And then the other half are serious.
I have a love-hate relationship with satires because sometimes I think people make a legitimate satire, like High Crusade's a legitimate satire. Yeah. But it's because it also it also takes itself seriously. But sometimes I think people say, oh, it's a satire when their message doesn't land.
Yeah. I know I hear that a lot of people saying they don't like satires, they don't like humor. And I'm going to say, I don't think that's actually true. I think people don't like humor in their stories when it's not funny. It's like watching a show and saying, watching Full House and saying, I hate comedy. Well, no, you just hate shitty comedy that confuses catchphrases with jokes. It's like, but I do love a good satire. I'm obviously Terry Pratchett is fantastic at satire. And, well, there's just a lot out there, but it's written well. And then there's other people who try to copy that, but they don't really have the skill set for it. It's a tough thing to do well.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
I know that I'm going to disagree with you. I love Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And I think I'm beginning to think that it's a generational thing because most people from my generation love hitchhikers. And I've noticed a lot of people from younger generations don't.
Well, but here's the thing. Like before I read Hitchhikers, I'd started it years ago and DNF'd it. Then I read Dimension of Miracles by Robert Sheckley.
I also love Dimension of Miracles.
What's that?
I also love Dimension of Miracles. Robert Sheckley, I have pretty much.
I love Dimension of Miracles. I loved it. It's also evident that Douglas Adams completely copied it for Hitchhikers.
Here's the thing. I'll fight you.
No.
I mean, they both have absurdist humor. Yeah. And they both have certain similar themes. But I mean, the character Carmody and Arthur Dent are very different with different goals and different plot lines. And yeah, there are similar things that they're satiring. I love Douglas Adams because I love both of them, but Douglas Adams is like if Monty Python wrote a book. That's what it is. Oh, yeah. In fact, Douglas Adams helped write for Monty Python. He was one of Graham Chapman's co-writer writing partners. We'll never agree on this.
We won't agree on this. We'll agree. For the sake of our friendship, we'll agree to disagree and move. Yeah. Never mention it again.
Okay.
Never bring it up again, as men do.
We'll bury our feelings.
I've never read Philip Jose Farmer.
It just depends on the story. They both have written stories that I absolutely love, and they both have written stories that I still have fond memories of Farmer's Discworld series because it was a big influence on me when I was a teenager of just seeing how far people could go in world building and exploring those different sorts of worlds was a pretty big deal. Yeah. World building wise, I'll always take Farmer over Harrison because Farmer can do some crazy world building.
Yeah. Oh, here's a great question. How would you improve the story as an editor?
I would start by not including this story in my short stories that I was.
Let's pretend he's a friend
Okay.
that has included this in his story.
Well, obviously, the first thing is going to be reducing these repetitions. That's going to be big. Pick some moments and boil it down to that, and then maybe give us some more about this alien culture that's coming down, and some more relationships between the backstory of this freaking bird seems to be riding around his shoulder. And then if I was getting down to the real nitty gritty, there's way too much distancing words that he uses in the story.
Yes.
I saw
he thought, he realized. Exactly. Yeah.
It's just bad writing.
It's bad writing. It is.
Yeah.
I think I would reject it. I would reject it.
Yeah.
But if I had to publish it, he's my buddy, whatever, and I really want to work with him. The end was interesting. I like that, a concept of like shooting the last hope of humanity.
Yeah.
That was fun. That's the only redeeming part. And that's not a good thing when the only redeeming part of your story is when your main character gets blasted.
Sometimes it has to happen.
It's gotta happen. Yeah, I think I would start this one out with he'd get a phone call from me.
I'm sorry.
Would it be an email?
That's Tim's comment. More spanking.
Oh, I'm not down there yet. He'd get a phone call, and I'd be like, "Hey, I love you, buddy. Let's talk about this story. Is this the story you wanted to tell?" And yeah, I think I would.
Yeah, this may be the talk that ends your friendship with your writer friend.
It might be. Spider Robinson. I have so much Spider Robinson.
Yeah,
I've never read him. I have like all the Fu Manchu books. I found them all at a thrift store for like 50 cents each. So I literally bought like 30 Fu Manchu books.
Oh wait, Fu Manchu. That's the other Sax Romer.
Oh, that is Sax Romer. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I always get those two confused.
Yeah, Spider Robinson did is it Gallahan's Cross Time Saloon?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And I've read the first one. I have a bunch of those that he wrote, and then the ones I think he wrote with his wife as well.
What you thought on Vonnegut? I don't think I've read him.
I love Vonnegut. I have all of Vonnegut on an ebook, and I have quite a bit in physical form. That was a big influence also, probably in my 20s and maybe early 30s.
Oh, Brittany loves your Vance Illustrated books.
These are from yesterday when I was forced to go out on a book haul. So
forced.
I was forced.
Who are you talking to? We all know better.
People don't know this, but Jake constantly emails and goes, "Make another book haul video or we're coming to your house and we're burning it down." It's terrible. Everybody thinks he's a big teddy bear. He's a big teddy bear who will rip your arms off, people. But yeah,
I'm like Chewbacca.
Yeah, but yeah, Jack Vance, his Planet of Adventure series, which has, I'm not even going to try to pronounce all of them, the Durder and Servants of the Wank and all those ones.
I love
they
that
did
one.
comic book versions, but only in France. So all of these, I went to Goodwill and they had the entire set there, along with about 100 other French comics for, I think I paid like $1.25 a piece for them.
Wow.
And so I had the whole set. They're all in France. They're not in France. They're here in Arizona, but they're all in French. And so I'm thinking that maybe I should go ahead and try to do a flip through and a read through, and then just have AI translate back into English for subtitles.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah, I don't speak French, but
You could do it. You can read it. You got it.
I figured, how hard can French be to sound out?
I think there's a lot of umlauts and a lot of little twiggly things on vowels, but you got it. We believe in you.
So I just figured we'll see what Google Translate says to me butchering the French language.
Every time I try and speak with a French accent, I just sound like Spectre Clouseau, and it's probably racist. Here's a great question. Tell us about your upcoming story, Rob, because Rob is one of the authors in the upcoming retrograde horror anthology.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why it ended up in the horror. Mine is just a family-friendly, feel-good story. Yeah, it is a pirate story. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Wow.
That's it. Yeah,
that's it. That's all you get to know.
That's all you get to know.
I never find anything at Goodwill. I don't even go into Goodwills anymore, just because they sell on thrift books. They're one of those thrift stores that do that, and so they just don't carry them in stores.
No, I have a lot of luck at Goodwills here. There are just tons of them. Wank, yes.
No, yeah.
Sacre bleu. See, I can do this. I can do this.
Ray. Yeah. There's no hate. There's no hatred in my heart. It's just I'm just clumsy with life.
Yeah.
Oh, that is true. Brittleby's got a story in there as well. I want my tone back. I've not read that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The final volume of those comics is too expensive for me. Don't you hate that when you're collecting something, but the last is like, I'm like collecting those laser books, but the last 2 or 3 were, they weren't available in stores because they shut down. So they only went to people who were, signed up for them, and they're just whatever for their distributors or whatnot. And so they're super rare and stupid expensive. And I know they probably suck.
And I have the most ridiculous series that has done that too. So I collect TV tie-in books also. And so I have a bunch of tie-in books for the Partridge Family mysteries. And then when you get to the last 3 books, it's sort of like, we want 175. It's freaking a Partridge Family tie-in book. No, I'm not doing that.
Rob, let me know what you're looking for. Recycled Books has a section of that's probably, I don't know if you can see this shelf here. It's this size and it goes to the 8-foot ceilings. It has a section that big of movie tie-ins.
Well,
so let me know if there's something you're looking for. I can pick it up.
As you know, Jake, I will be going to Pulp Fest this year. And
yes,
much like Chris, I will be driving there.
You will?
I will probably be making a pit stop in Denton.
Oh, dude. Let's go. Let's hang out. Let's do it. Yeah. That's awesome. Because Chris is doing it on the way back.
Yeah, I can do it either way. I am stopping at Coas Books in Las Cruces, New Mexico on my way there because they do that. I shouldn't tell people. They'll take all my books. They do that thing where the books are half the cover price.
Oh,
so the older the book. Oh. So I had a bunch of books that were like originally 40 cents. I paid 20 cents for them. It's like, oh,
yeah.
I just want to drive there with a U-Haul truck.
Well, hey, let us know. Let me know when it would be cool because Chris he's stopping in Denton on the way back to stay at my house for a couple of days or a day. Because we're also trying to there's a lot of people on the space that are on BookTube that are in Texas. So we're gonna try and do like a meetup type thing. So that'd be cool if it ends up working out together. But if not, we can just hang out and forget everybody else.
It works either way.
That's gonna be awesome.
My schedule is wide open, so
nice. You can come. Kyle, come to Pulp Fest. Come to Pulp. That would be awesome, dude. It is in Pennsylvania, but yeah. He's going to recycle before I am in August. No, well, he might be, dude. Recycled. The thing is, they get so much new stuff in, like not the dollar section. I've cleared that out. Every time I go in there, I think I went in there today and I got a few things that are like, oh, this here is a buck or two, or or I didn't have. But yeah, it's insane. Their normal section, they always have new stuff there, and they're cheap. Splinter of the Mind's Eye.
Yes.
What's Splinter of the Mind's Eye?
Alan Dean Foster. It was originally supposed to be the sequel to Star Wars.
Yes.
When Star Wars came out, George Lucas hired him because Dean Foster also wrote the novelization of the first one. And he hired Foster to write the second one, but they had assumed that the sequel probably wouldn't have the budget because usually sequels get less money. So he put all these restrictions on Foster that you can't have these big space battle scenes, and you can't have, so he put all these restrictions, and it was designed to be a sequel. Well, then obviously Star Wars blew up. So like, well, screw that. We're going to spend all the money on it. So it ended up being Kasdan's and the Empire Strikes Back that ended up being the sequel.
Am I crazy, or is Splinter of the Mind's Eye actually a Star Wars expanded universe novel? Because I swear I've read that.
It's Star Wars, but it wasn't meant to be expanded. It was meant to be the sequel to Star Wars.
Oh, interesting.
And he was writing a novelization for the sequel. But they were assumed that they wouldn't be getting any budget for the sequel. So once they figured out, well, we got all the money in the world, then they just ignored that book. And hired Lee Brackett and then Kasdan.
Dude, come for sure. Come, Kyle. It's gonna be amazing. It is literally just a weekend of hanging out, and the vendor room is insane too. It's absolutely insane. It's an entire convention hall that is just filled to the brim with pulps and original artwork and old books, and yeah, it's phenomenal. Joe, dude, we'll let you know. We'll let you know when it's happening. That'd be awesome. Come for the meetup. Ah, dude, yes. And listen, if you're able to come to Pulp Fest, come to Pulp Fest. It is literally the highlight of my year. It is so much fun. And you can get Rob to sign something. Yeah.
I'll sign other people's books. Go to Pulp Fest and pay $150 for some special book, and then I'll just run up and put my signature in the front cover.
This is from Robert Silverberg. Rockland has a story collection called The Men in the Mirror. See if you own it and send it to Tim to take care of it. If anybody doesn't know, Tim is a monster who destroyed a book on camera. 2 books on camera. What a demon. Okay, nice. Heck yeah. Oh, I've read these, the Han Solo trilogy. At one point I had read every Star Wars expanded universe novelization. I think I stopped after Timothy Zahn's second run through it. So he did 2 more, and I forget what they're called, 2 more of the Thrawn trilogy books. Yeah, it's awesome. It's literally awesome. Just drive, you sissy. Don't be a crybaby like Tommy. Yeah, there's no way I'm driving. You and Chris are crazy.
I get to visit more bookstores that way on the way.
That is true. So if you make it an event, that's different. Yeah. But for me, like, whenever I'm driving, I have the mindset of like, I have to get there as soon as possible. And so I'm in the fast lane. I don't have that. I think it's because for about 15 years, I commuted to work. I was in the car for like 2.5 hours a day, every day. And so it was just miserable. And so, yeah, when I get in the car, I'm never just like, I'm going on a road trip. I'm just like, no, I have to get there as soon as possible, or else my life is trickling away like sand in an hourglass.
I used to love flying. I hate flying now. They've made it such a miserable experience that the airport and the cramped sardine seats they put you in, I'd rather spend 4 days in a car than 4 hours on a plane anymore.
See, I do fly. I prefer flying, but I have to get the upgraded stuff just for my size.
And
so
last time I did that, I thought, okay, we had to go to Alabama for something, and I was like, okay, we're buying first class. We're gonna just splurge just so we can have some room, right? We on the plane, and it's like, and I'm old as shit, so I was just like, okay, first class now is what coach used to be.
right. Yeah.
It's like,
Unless you're going on like a 777 or like an international
Yeah.
flight, first class is a waste of money because it's
Yeah.
literally just you got 6 more inches.
I got 6 more inches and a microwave towel. Thanks.
Exactly. Yeah. Still, yeah, I got to pay for it because I need that space. If not, I will. Yeah. If not, I don't know if I'll make it. I legitimately won't fit. Like it's sad. The tray goes down, it just goes, and it sits on top of my knees. So, like, if anybody, it's sad. Like, if anybody knocks their seat back in front of me, which happens every flight,
Oh
they knock their seat back, and I immediately put it right back up. I said, "Hey, sorry, buddy, I'm huge, but like, you'll be okay."
Yeah.
Yeah, the book reports. I hope he's going to be there this year. Yeah, he's awesome. He's a cool dude. He had I bought so many books from him. I destroyed my we'll all be laughing and clinking and sending you pictures. Yeah, I love the expanded universe. Those old novels are great. Yeah, I love those too. Those were a lot of fun. Yes, you can, Tim, but there's a hotel in the same parking lot. There's another one. And so because that one usually fills up. I don't know if it's full up now, but if it usually fills up every year. So if that one is full, literally across the street, you could walk to it. Yeah, it actually might be a little cheaper too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know the main hotel was filled up when I tried to book, so
What was it? Are you in that same next part, the next one over?
I don't know. I'm in the Comfort Inn, which is somewhere close by. It looked like the closest one next to it, so it looked like it was on my map. It looked like it was close. I'm hoping it actually is.
Also, bring cash, everybody, because most vendors just take cash. But last year, the ATM at the hotel got drained dry like instantly. And so, yeah. I have both of those, but I have not read them. Have you?
No. Actually, I have the novelizations of the first 3 movies and the Splinter of the Mind's Eye, and I've stayed away from the rest because it's sort of like Star Wars or Star Trek novels or a Doctor Who. There's not enough room on my entire property to store all of those. And I'm a completionist, so it will drive me crazy. If I start down that path, it's no.
I have the original Zahn trilogy, Heir to the Empire trilogy in hardback. But that's the only Star Wars books I own.
Yeah.
For that reason. Because I do remember and same as the Star Trek, because at one point I'd read I don't know how many Star Trek books, dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens. The quality is very inconsistent.
Yeah. I have for Star Trek, I have the original Blish series that he did. From
I have
and,
those.
and then I have the Alan Dean Foster for the animated series.
Yeah,
and that's where I stopped. I just like, okay, I'll stop it.
I love the animated series.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's great.
Entry, travel, hotel, then well, that's the thing is there's a lot of people going that aren't even book shopping really. I know Brian, he's like Bad Taste Books. He's like, because we were talking privately about like book budgets and what do you bring? How much you bringing? And he's like, I don't even care. I'm just going to hang out with people.
Yeah.
And, How high were your expectations? For what? I'm not exactly sure what. What we're talking about. That's no Charlie. Hey. I am staying at the party hotel. You want to hear how much of a party I'm in the same room with Chris from Liminal Spaces. We're roommates, and he's a straight up party animal, so it's going to be wild. Oh, look at that. Robin has good tastes. I don't know. I don't know any of those words.
Overalls, Doom Fairs. Nope.
Sorry, user. Oh, look at that. Rob saying some Star Trek logs.
I did. Yeah.
Gummy room. I have asked Chris. I was like, "Are you going to be gummying it up?" And he's like, "No." He said, "Gummy is a solo activity. He's like socially, it's booze." Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I have a lot of those old. I have a lot of the old Blish ones. I don't know if I have them all. I have to check. The mind hunger room. But we learned it wasn't mind hunger. That's the thing. Chris better not try nothing. All right. Hey, anything else in the chat we need to discuss? Or so would you recommend Ross Rocklin?
No. So I have to look and see how many Ross Rocklins I have to see if I'm willing to give him a second chance. But that's that was a rough go for me.
Oh, I will never reread. I'll never read Ross Rocklin again. I can't. That's it. I read one of his Earth books, one of the cities in space books. I can't remember what it was called. Oh, and I didn't like it.
I'm not sure if I have it out or not. I also have the damn, I forgot the name of it now. Hold on.
All right. I'll look at my Blish too. Earthman Come Home is what I read, and I did not enjoy it.
The final script for Star Trek Amok Time, written by Theodore Sturgeon, who is the writer for Amok Time. So Sturgeon, the line "Live long and prosper" and the whole Ponfar mating ritual, that all comes from Theodore Sturgeon. So,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, he wrote the line, and then Leonard Nimoy, when he heard that line, he thought there needs to be something to go with that. And so Nimoy came up with the hand gesture that accompanies that line.
Mind hunger t-shirts. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that is, everybody's saying how awesome that is.
Yeah.
I have heard that. I've heard that from multiple people, that Blackie. And actually, Ira sent me a hardcover of it because I complained about it being expensive. So Ira from SF Words of Wonder sent me that, which is cool. From Blish. Everybody likes your script.
Yes. He also wrote the script for Shore Leave, but I cannot find that one anywhere, a copy of that one.
So that's okay. Shore Leave sucks.
Yeah.
That episode sucks. I'd say go back and watch it, Go Man, but you should not. You should not rewatch this.
Really, you can just watch like 5 minutes and then skip ahead because it just repeats itself the rest of the time.
Beep. I have not read Beep. Have you?
No.
Wow. Weird hunger. Never. It's never
Weird hunger.
a weird hunger anthology. Oh.
I think that's you and Chris's food channel, isn't it? Weird Hunger.
We were so hungry because we typically don't. I don't know if you do. I typically don't eat before these live streams, just so you're not like burping into the microphone the whole time and making it sound awful. And so yeah, that one we had been going for 3 hours and I was starving. Oh, you got a copy? I was planning on doing Black Easter for SF Horror Month. So October, making it spooky. Yeah. Tommy cries, Tommy dies. You're caught up now, Goat Man. Hey, Richard. Ish, wish, bish, dish. Hey, if you people are in Texas, if you're in Denton, let me know. We'll hang out. I want to hang out. I'll go book shopping with you. I need an excuse to go back to the recycled books. Is shore leave? All I remember is the stupid rabbit, and going down the rabbit hole. It's the rabbit from Through the Looking Glass. I was like, oh, jeez. It's moving down. Yes, it sucked. That story absolutely sucked. If you read this, there's good ones in here, but not that one. Oh, dude, that's what I had for lunch today. I had that for lunch today. So good. All right, have fun, user unfriendly. I have not read Robert Anton Wilson.
Mm-mm.
I actually don't even know if I have anything by Robert Anton Wilson. Maybe I do. I'm looking at my spreadsheet right now. Be the hunger. Oh, I have read one Frederick Brown. It was okay. I think I read the have you read Frederick Brown?
Oh, I love Frederick Brown. Yeah, that's another one that does satire. But What Mad Universe is, if you like pulpy stuff, that's it. And then Martians Go Home. And he also wrote a lot of mystery and hardboiled detective books too.
Under that name or under a pseudonym?
No, under his name. I mean, I'm sure he also has some under pseudonyms as well, but
sure.
There's Ed and M Hunter series, which is the Fabulous Clip Joint, and all those.
Oh yeah, he just says he has those cool Frederick Brown crime stories.
Yeah, he's another one I'm trying to collect everything of. But
hey, so. Next time, Richard, are you in the next one? I can't remember now. I think we are. The next Rollin Shorties, we are doing the Science Fiction Hall of Fame Volume 1, edited by Lester Del Rey, I think. Actually, I don't know. Read by Robert Silverberg. And so we are doing that, and I am joined by Richard from Vintage SF, so that's fun. But Rob, you can come back too if you got this. If you want to come back,
I do have it. If you've got room on your screen for one more, then I'm always available. Anytime you want me to come on, just send me an email and go, hey, be here this time, and I'll be there.
Nice. All right, then you're on. I'm holding it to you.
All right.
Holding you to that. That's awesome. Yeah, so we'll have Rob and Richard next week. I think it's next week. Richard, is it next week? Now I'm not sure. I'll let you know. Stay tuned. But hey, that's probably it. I think we've beat this dead horse. God, that story was so bad.
Yeah. I'll have to go and try and read The Mechanical Mice to see if I can wash it out of my system. But I'm just worried that it might not. I don't know whether it's any good or not.
The hunger is growing in us,
Yes.
in all of us. I might cry. I think I'm going to cry after this.
I'm going to cry while I fix my hunger. I'm going to eat and cry. I'm just going to
eat and cry. I do. Eat and cry. Eat over the kitchen sink.
Yes.
All right. Hey. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. As you know. Well, as you know, this has been Rollin Shorties. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Hey guys, if you haven't yet, check out SpaceArchives. This was this was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me. All right, everybody. All right. Shutting her down. Thanks, everybody.